American.
Introduce it. Kerry Fitzgibbon.
Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, I'll have to read it again. Carry on.
Her name is on the sheet.
Fitzgibbon. I can see it. It sounds a well written, Paul. Carry on.
The bootmaker was John O'Flaherty, my great-grandfather. His daughter Mary Susan met and married Martin Fahey. They become my grandparents. He was a publican of National Hotel, being given a licence on the 7th of June 1894. That's in Larrikins. At the turn of the century, they moved into the Empire Hotel in Kumara. Both are buried in the local cemetery with 4 of their children. How do you spell that there?
What's the word? Oh, there. Who?
There. Is it
T-H-E-I-R.
Is it E-I-R?
Yeah.
There. I've got the wrong there.
I'm the teacher here. That guy was really old when he taught. He's forgotten.
She's a smart person.
You get a continuous abuse when you come here.
I know. Well, I get it all the time.
I still haven't found the letter. Looking for it. The poem.
Yeah,
so do you think she'll receive that in good
Who? No, I'm sending it out to the editor. Thanks, Peter.
Okay.
See you later,
I've got to come down
Peter.
the road and go out the back now.
Thanks for reading that. Hey, where's the poem?
What?
Where's the poem? Would you read the poem?
No. No, I'm not
There it
reading
goes.
anymore. No, that's not the right one.
It's not Greenstone Retreat, a place for healing and nurturing.
No,
Look at the nice sign.
They're the ones that are trying to stop the mine from going ahead.
Yeah, they're the bandwagons, aren't they?
I don't know what they are.
What mine? Is there a mine in Kumara? Hey, there's weekly rituals. Oh, where are they?
Who?
Says here, what's on at Theatre Royal? Weekly rituals. Sounds like witchcraft.
Eat your coffee up.
I still can't see the poem if I got the wrong one.
Probably got the wrong book. No. Anyway.
Did someone buy the Prospectors Fish and Chip Shop? Paul, did someone buy it? Oh, here's some news. So I was outside and I saw a car go over the bridge, Paul. And it was going really fast and got my attention. There was one behind it, and inside I saw a blue light, and I thought it's a cop. So it went across the bridge, round Inchbonny Road, and the floodlights were on. It was so bright, it looked like it was on the gold mine.
Yes.
Then it went down over the fort.
Yes. Up
And
hill.
the sirens, up the hill, Des has told you. So what did they do to Christopher Palmer? Has he murdered someone?
No.
Oh.
No, he didn't turn up before court. They're probably having him up. He hasn't even paid for that car of Peter.
Well, you know, it's probably a blessing in disguise because it's been so cold and he's living in a tent or something, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't care about him much.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
Des said to me, as long as you don't have him here, I said, look, the only reason I know who he is because that man, Mike, who had the glory shed, was stupid enough to let a con man say he wanted to cut firewood in his shed.
How's that?
And he gave him
$2?
absolutely no rent. And when I was going to buy the shed, he'd left his car in it and I had the keys. So that's the story. I don't like the guy. I asked him to bring some ply out to the glory shed because all you guys are too old.
No, thanks very much. You've got nothing nice to say, have you?
And then he turned up
I'm going now.
in pitch black that night and released...
Did you want to stop the tea, did you?
He released death
What?
in my caravan. Death. Have you ever experienced
Death for who?
the spirit of death? It's black.
What planet are you on now?
Well, you know that Chris Palmer's like a magician and a sorcerer or something.
Get back to reality.
Everyone's
have a piece of
everyone's shit scared of him, including you.
He does me no harm.
No, and he's done me no harm either.
No, don't worry about it.
Oh well, did you want to pop that in the oven?
No, I'm not putting it on till 5 o'clock in
Oh,
40
okay.
minutes.
Oh well, I'll be here a wee bit. Do you want me to do your dishes? It looks clean, doesn't it?
What?
I'll clear up your bench for you. What's this first before you leave?
I'm going to make a stew out of that. I don't know what stew that is.
Oh, you've defrosted it on purpose. Okay, I'll put a plate under it. Chuck that out. I'll just clean your bench up. How's that?
Oh, you don't have to do anything.
Well, I put a load of washing on and I always return
I
that.
have you now.
Yeah.
I hope you use your milk powder.
I bought my own. I've supplied you with 3 kgs, 3 kg boxes of milk powder.
Not milk powder.
You said milk powder, you twit. See you later, darling.
Goodbye.
Okay, that letter's good. You're well written. Why is it? I've got some stamps in my purse, but
That's to give the lady.
I didn't bring my stamps.
That's for the postie lady.
Does it cost $2 to send a
No,
letter
I'm
now?
giving it to her.
Well, you normally put a stamp on it, not a coin.
I'm giving her $2. She didn't want anything.
I've got a whole lot of stamps. Would you like my
She
stamps?
didn't even want anything.
Okay, good letter. Anyway, I can't find the poem, guys. That's Paul. He's sweet, isn't he? Oh, yeah. So this is a little local notice. Anyway, it's just a wee window into Kumara. There's the hole. The man who owns the land is very, very active in the community. He's an ex-policeman and then he works for Work and Income. Very straight up man, very honest man. Paul's very straight up, very honest. But he wants to contribute to the history, and there was this poem written. Now it looks like he's got some disease. He's taken the V. His wife's a nurse and she talked them into it. She said, think of the grandchildren. So this is the Tirramaka repairs. Now, they were going to do it in the winter. And this date is the 15th of June. That's the date where I got my teeth done. On the 13th was when I was sitting there at 5:55 thinking I was leaving. I'm going home. You know, time warp. Doing the time. But it didn't happen because it was a pantomime. But that's the time, 5:55. There are other witnesses that have that time, but it's my daughter's birth date, timestamp. When she came out, I know that because her head was sticking out between my legs, upside down. I was standing. And a photo was taken. And my first husband, when I pulled them out to show a midwife who was a midwife, a trainee nanny, who was interested, I just pulled them out. I kept them in storage because I didn't marry Amy's dad. I left them on the fruit bowl and I woke up in the morning, and I think they call it gaslighting when someone tries to make you feel like you're insane and then takes you to court and tries to take your children. I think Jonathan was beaten. Yeah. So it happens to men. It happens to all of us that are hunted sheep. But Billy, the kid, he's not a sheep. He's a hunter. I found out. So anyway, there's the old bridge and there's the new bridge. And I was up there walking the dogs every morning and I watched them put, I've worked in civil works, watched them put every panel in. So it was going to be 4 months and they did it in 3.5 weeks and they pulled it forward 6 months. It's a time warp, isn't it? So after Christmas, they closed that road and I was cut off. And it was only cut off for 3.5 weeks. I really enjoyed it. So I'm cut off again. I've actually sent out an invitation to someone who's possibly going to look after the place when I go, because I'm going home. So whatever they say, the aliens haven't taken us. There's the balloon that Clec was in. There's a yellow container. Everything's showing us. There's the basket. There's your kitty. That's the man with the black horse. Yeah, so the Waitaha were living here in, at the bottom of my land, actually, on a grass burn. The Antichrist is in the cave. The Lord gave me the map here. And they had, it's called Ra something. I've written it down. I had a map. I talked to a man from, Tua'iwi, yeah. Tua'iwi. It means ridge. It's the first marae pa. You know, like a pa is a fort. You know what Cleek's talking about, Māori? In the South Island. They come from the north and they put up a pa there because it means ridge, high ridge. And the famous one is Kaiapō. It's really nice, beautiful, bright colours. Yeah, like that. Beautifully painted marae, and I stayed there, and that's when the fantail flew in. So my call is a message to the Māori people. There's many messages out there that the Lord is sending, and all of them end with death, destruction, and desolation. So the time is now. I had no idea what that meant at the time, but I just listened, and I was commanded to go up the mountain, and I did. I met that man. He mediated a meeting. I only went to one political meeting when I voted. I voted. And he growled at me because I called out. I was in the back, and someone asked a question, and the Labour candidate, oh, he's Labour candidate now. Oh, he wasn't biased. He was in the middle. He was chair. Now he's a Labour candidate. Now it makes sense. Didn't answer the question. It was just that the WHO had changed the medical directives about lockdowns, that they didn't work. And the question was, why are we still doing it when you say you follow the NWO? I don't know if he said that. He's actually a secondary school teacher in Hokitika, a very credible man, very polite, not like me in the back. You know, because I called out, put my hand, I said, no, wait a sec, I want to hear an answer, because he folded him off like a politician. Oh, but Damien, see, he looks nice, doesn't he? Lovely smile. He let it out. The bag, he let the cat out of the bag. Never met him before, and in the end, he wouldn't let me get the Labour Party member to answer the question. So later on, about half an hour later, I sat through it quiet. I put my hand up because I had a question. He said, no, you put your hand up out of turn, Lisa. Now, how did he know my name? It's so fun being a Christian because we know way more than them. They're such losers. No wonder Michael had no trouble kicking them out of heaven. See, because all you got to do is rebuke them in Jesus' name. Don't do it in your own name. You have no power. You're one of them. You're Elohim. So civil defence needs to be ready. They're putting in lines and roadblocks, of course, because this communist invasion, they're going to have to stop everyone. So they're doing all the work for the Chinese before they arrive. Isn't that nice? There's a nice yellow container. So there's a message just going to go out to the Māori people, just to let you know that it's easy as believing in the Lord. And he has an immigration policy of his own. It's called the fear of God. So, hang around here and you'll experience the fear of God. I've already experienced it, and I can stand in it. It's called the glory. I met the glory when I met the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on the throne, exalted, and the some crane of his robes filled the temple with glory, and the whole earth is filled, and the whole earth is filled, and the whole earth is filled with his glory. I can do the holy, 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 but I think I'll finish with this. So we're in June now. Oh, they're on the train. Yeah, there's a train. It's called the Crunchy Gold Rush train. It's a very famous advertisement in New Zealand. It goes over from the east to the west. So the kids are on the train. These are the grandchildren. The littlest one is called Charlotte. She's not in that picture. I'll show you Charlotte, because that'll take you back to Cleek, because Cleek watched National Treasure and the Lord showed him. The keys were Charlotte. Could it be that simple? So there's two angels. I recognise him, he doesn't recognise me, but that's all right. I'm the first one, and I have stars, and they're the orbs that I see land on my property. When they do, I'm out of here. I'm back up that mountain. I'm looking back through the pyramid of the two hills in my foreground. Then I'm like this really weird, going through Cleck's computer and standing behind him, looking back. Oh, wait a sec. Wonder if you can see me. Because I don't know how to flip my camera yet. I have a flip. Actually, hello. Hi. Yeah, this is what an angel looks like. Just a normal person. See? Just a normal girl I am. Just a normal girl. With a nice hat. The answer was Charlotte. Oh, and the horse, anyway. The guy's dead now, the old fella that Pat, his name was. He wouldn't let me bet on a horse. And the horse was... Oh, we can... No, I can't flip it. I'll do this so you can see me. The horse I wasn't allowed to bet on was called Red Cloud. So look out for the Red Cloud. Watch out for the man who focuses on the Phoenicians. Well, we all know it's about the Roman Vatican Catholic Church. The church, this false church, has the hell out of it. So picture a wooden ship with the hell out of it. Well, I saw like a cross-section with the hell out of it. It's the Epistocopal Church. What do you call it? You know, the 7 mountains. I knew all that in 2018. I've been on a long journey. I've done everything right, the Lord said, and I've handed in my assignment. So it's not the final. I'm not at graduation yet, so I'm not pretending to be at graduation. He's still just looking at a normal girl with a shitload of angels around me. And I captured one of them. You know, the pastor from Vancouver that goes on the street and preaches? Well, the Alphabet Gang came out. You can look at it. It's on Facebook. There was quite a few behind the man who had the first baptism. He's in a T-shirt with a Negro man. Sort of looks like Eric from the Jacksons. The one I saw in a picture. You know, the angel who can do things? Well, that's what we're all going to do. It's called the Gladiators. And there's Harlequins. Oh, there's Harlequin. That movie sucked, but God sent me to the Harlequin. And there's the bookshop. You want to look at that. It's the little girl who burnt down the bookshop. Queen Bee, Ahab and Jessica. Is her name Jessica? She wasn't too happy about that. Anyway, I sat here at this table here. He was on the phone putting bets on at the TAB, that's what they call it here. And I had $5. I just had $5 to my name. And he mentioned Red Cloud, and the Lord said, put $5 on it to win. I said, I'll put $5 to win on Red Cloud, and I passed him. I don't bet on horses. I just did it because the Lord said. He said also that I would need to break the law. Do you listen to the church or do you listen to Jesus? You know, the false church that's sitting in the corner of the domain with weapons, real ones. Those idiots. Running. Because they don't know who God is. They have the scriptures, but they don't believe them. So it's putting everyone to the test. You're all going through the fire. We're not going home without you, because you're our brothers and sisters, and we love you. We do. It could have been me, so easy. God, it could have been me. I missed the 2017 sign. I didn't earn it. I don't deserve it. I fell into the theatre of Jeremiah. But I saw my first husband. You bless me, you'll be blessed. You curse me, you'll be cursed. Everyone knows that. That's why no one comes near me. My husband's arriving soon, so I will have a physical presence. Do you know what the wolf did? When you saw him yesterday, I loaded it. Well, when he left, I thought, oh, he's snipping the gate. Isn't that nice? Well, no, he didn't. He just hooked it. And he closed the white gate, and he just hooked that. And then yesterday he turned up for a coffee. He unhooked all the gates and he came firing in about 60 miles an hour, hoping to run over some of my dogs. So, pray for me, but I probably don't need it because the Lord's already said I'm sitting pretty. But I'm watching Babylon because I know that Babylon's everywhere. I know that. But swallows can translate. Did you know that? And I'm not going anywhere, which is disappointing. But I do get to go from the West Coast to the East Coast. And I do have a job to do before I leave. So I'll do my job and we'll have a party. But I think we have to party here. Do you understand that? Can you get your party clothes on, your disco lights, and party? As if you can't. You don't believe Revelations, do you? They're dying for it. They can't fucking wait. So, you have to hate this world to go home. So this is a test. Fire and yellow. They squeezed one in. She's due. I'll look at the dates and might give you a wee estimate. I don't know. Someone said 6 weeks. That's when she's due. And then I thought I heard the Lord say 6 months. Someone couldn't wait 6 weeks. Well, they're going to be waiting for maybe 7 years. Because if all you're waiting for is a rapture, and you're not here with the same mandate of Jesus Christ to put the net on the other side and calm the storm, make it nice for everyone to assemble and gather and find a sheep nation and help out the indigenous people because they've got the truth and the church hasn't. Oh. So the Lord's going to show them a wee bit of respect. I think they'll pick the message up quicker than the church. Church is done for. They come up the elevator and they go straight there with their searchlights, the torches. And we have a place called the warehouse. It's a big red shed. Well, it goes black and they come in, all in their black ops with torches and guns raised. And it's in the middle of the day. So watch out for 3 days of darkness, red clouds, the purple rain. It's not the Phoenicians. It's not the bloody one-eye pyramid. It's angels, just like Cleck said. We're angels, so you better hope we're angels, because otherwise we're done for. Okay, bless.